Welcome back to California Live, everyone. We've missed hanging out with all of you during the impeachment hearings. Unfortunately, Jess is really sick today. Her temperature spiked to 103 last night, so she's seeing a doc today, and we hope that she gets better as soon as possible. And I don't know about all of you, but a lot of my friends, even myself, I've been under the weather lately. And in fact, Lawrence is just getting over some kind of bug, but he's feeling much better because he caught up with one of his favorite people on the plaza. This is Us star Chrissy Metz, who's just been nominated for an Oscar, too, for her song I'm Standing With You from her movie Breakthrough.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hi, how are you?
I can't tell you how many people think that we used to be a couple and that I actually asked you to the prom.
Okay, well, tell them the truth.
Say a little secret, a little hidden gem on California Live. Now, since we almost went to the prom together, I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
But I also don't know anything about you. So piece some things together.
Okay.
How does a little girl from Homestead, Florida get to perform at the Oscars with the Oscar-nominated song I'm Standing With You,
right,
from the film Breakthrough?
Yeah, I would have to believe and chalk it up to the universe, to the stars, to, you know, gosh, I guess opportunity and meeting the right people. But it's, I guess it hasn't sunk in. Everyone's like, are you freaking out? Are you freaking out? I'm like, am I supposed to be freaked out? Like, I'm excited, but I'm not like, should I be freaking out? So I'm just very excited, and I don't know, I feel like everything happens as it should and when it should.
Well, how did you meet Diane Warren?
Okay, so Devon Franklin, who produced our movie, Breakthrough, pitched the idea of me singing the song because she wanted to write one for the movie. And she was like, oh gosh, is she another actress who can sing? And he's like, just give her a chance, I really think you'll be surprised. Well, ironically enough, we met each other at a party, and I was like, the only person I want to meet here is Diane, because I revered her for so long and have been singing her music forever. And so, and I'm not kidding you, she's like, oh, you're that beep from Breakthrough. And I was like, did she just call me a B-I-T-C-H? And I was like, but in like the most loving way.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to write a song for that. And I've been talking to the producer, Devon, and I was like, oh, well, great. So she's like, oh, well, take my number down. Like, maybe we should like work together, and like maybe you'll be the girl who sings a song. And I'm like, okay. So lo and behold, I went to the studio and I was like, listen, I've heard the song a couple times. She's like, why don't you just like lay it down since you're here? And I thought I was just sort of meeting with her officially. You know, she's like, listen, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to leave the studio while you record, and then I'll come back. So
what was that first moment like when you're in the recording booth and you start to sing? How did that feel?
I mean, it was like, it felt like it was supposed to happen, and then I also felt like really afraid, like, what does this mean, and what is, like, and I don't know, and I'm just laying it down for the first time, and I don't, you know, it's like not in my bones yet or whatever. So yeah, I mean, it was exciting though to be in her incredible studio, you know, and working with Kyle Townsend, who produced the track. Yeah, it was really, really, really exciting.
So now you lay down the track,
yeah,
and you hear it back with Diane. What was that like?
Okay. Okay. I don't know if you've ever felt nauseous, but also like so out of place. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, do I leave? Should I? That'll be disrespectful. And then she was like, oh, all right, play it. And I was like, oh no, here's the moment. So I'm like feeling like nauseous, but also like, whatever, she's gonna like it or she's not gonna like it. And so they, you know, they play the track, and she's like, oh, you can sing. And I was like, oh, you know, okay. And she's like, oh, you can actually sing. So I feel like I earned it. I feel like, you know, she wasn't rooting for me initially, but then she was like, oh, I really, you know, I made a mistake.
Don't you love that though, when God gives you this moment?
Yes.
And you don't go into it to be braggadocious, but you go into it to say, you know what, I'm just going to put this out there, and if it's aligned and meant to be, then it's meant to be.
100%. And that's sort of how my life has worked. And so that's why I think I was very excited and I felt very honored, but like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Are you a vision board person?
Oh yeah, sure.
So do you have any musicians, performers, singers on your vision board that you'd love to collaborate with?
Yeah, there are a handful of people I'd love to do some duets and collabs.
Can you give me a couple names?
Chris Stapleton,
right?
Dan and Shay.
And what about you doing a duet with Mandy?
Oh, that would be great. That would be cool.
See, I make things happen. I know people.
Yeah. Well, you know, she's doing her music right now. She's
Right.
going to be going out on tour, and I believe my tour is going to start in June. So.
Have you two sung together? Have you guys said, hey, let's do a little duet, let's do something on the set? Do you guys sing together?
No, you know, when we're usually together, she's in prosthetics, so she's really sort of, you know, old age Rebecca, so it doesn't always. But to tease a little something cute, you might be looking forward to a little something in the episode of Kate's. You know, so we have a
trilogy coming up, right?
So my episode, Kate's episode, there might be a little something.
Why do you feel so many men and women can relate? Why do so many people relate to Kate?
I think because Kate, you know, she hasn't figured it out. You know, she's still like trudging but still like living life. You know, it's like, okay, these hardships happen and life happens, and how does she deal with it on life's terms? But like, she has such a heart, and there's such a desire to want to be better and to start, you know, living the life that she's meant to lead. And I think people just know that, like, yeah, that's what we're doing. You know, it's just not perfect, and it's not linear at all. It's just, life isn't. And I think because she's really vulnerable.
So